Good morning everyone. My name is Soumya and today we'll be discussing about the topic the structure of DNA. So we as all know, we all are familiar with the basis of inheritance, the unique identification of every individual, that is the DNA. DNA is deoxyribonucleic acid. So let's begin with the structure of DNA. So as we all know, genetic material is classified into two types in all prokaryotic and eukaryotic organisms. So as you can see here, DNA and RNA. But today we'll be focusing on the topic DNA. DNA is deoxyribonucleic acid. The discovery of DNA dates back into the year 1869 by the scientist Johann Friedrich Michel. Later on, many experiments were conducted to deduct the structure of DNA, the chemical basis and the chemical backbone of the DNA, which actually revealed regarding the doubling of the cells, the replication of the DNA and many more terminologies which are the basis for the life. So now let's begin. So I'll explain you the structure of DNA but with the help of the following points. These are the components of the structure of DNA. The first one is the polynucleotide. So DNA is made up of many molecules of nucleotides. DNA is the chain of many nucleotides. So the name poly means many nucleotides, composed of many nucleotides. Now let's see what is a nucleotide. Nucleotide is made up of a base pair, a sugar molecule and a phosphate group. So base pair is the nitrogen base pair. In the later slide, we'll see the individual composition of all these molecules. The next is the nucleoside. Nucleoside is the base pair plus the sugar molecule without a phosphate group. The next one are the grooves. So as I explained that the other scientist which discovered the double-stranded double helix of the DNA, they have explained these various characters, functions of the DNA, in which grooves is one of the important factor in the structure of DNA. So grooves, there are two types of the grooves, major groove and the minor groove. The dimensions are mentioned here. Major grooves is 22 angstrom and minor groove is 12 angstrom. So now let's see the double helix structure of the DNA. So you can see here, this is the Watson and Crick model of the double helix, double stranded DNA molecule. Now you can look over here, this is the double stranded DNA. Here the red lines show the hydrogen bonds. These red lines are the weak hydrogen bonds which connect the two strands of DNA. There are always the two strands of DNA which actually help, which actually prove the basis of the replication. So these hydrogen bonds connect the two strands of DNA. You can see here, these are the nitrogen base pairs AT, GC, which are located on the two strands of DNA. So what are these nitrogen pairs? You can see here, adenine, thymine, guanine and cytosine. Basically there are two types of nitrogen base pairs, purines and pyrimidines. Purines are adenine and guanine. Pyrimidines are thymine and cytosine. These are the cyclic ring structured molecules which always pair in the manner of purine is to pyrimidine. So you can see here, adenine is paired with thymine and guanine is paired with cytosine. So these nitrogen bases are located onto these strands, on the opposite strands of the DNA. Then this strand, you can see here, this is the sugar phosphate backbone. The sugar molecule, the base pair together make the sugar phosphate backbone, which is known as the phosphodiester linkage. The sugar molecule present here is the pentose molecule, it's the pentose sugar. That's why it is called as deoxyribose sugar. Deoxyribo because there is one less oxygen at the 3' position. That's why it is said as deoxyribonucleic acid. So this is the basic double helix structure of DNA. Okay. So now let's see the individual components, the actual structural composition of DNA. So you can see here, this is the nitrogen base, this is the thymine. The nitrogen base is connected to the sugar molecule, the 5-carbon sugar molecule. The sugar molecule is connected to the phosphate group, and this together make up the phosphodiester linkages. This is the pentose sugar, this is the phosphate group, and this is the nitrogen base. So now I wanted to explain regarding this 5' and 3' end, which was also explained here, the 5' and 3' end. So these two double-stranded DNA, the two strands of DNA are in anti-parallel direction. So one end is the 5' end and the other end is the 3' end. So you can see what is that 5' end and 3' end. 5' end is the carbon molecule which is located at the 5th position in the sugar molecule, and on the other side of the DNA there is this 3' carbon which is located at the other side of the DNA to the hydroxyl group. That's why it is named as one end is the 5' and other end is the 3'. And these two strands of DNA are always in anti-parallel direction. That's why if one end is 5', the other end is 3', and if one end is 3', the other end is 5'. So in this way, this double-stranded DNA molecule is made. And this was discovered by the scientists Crick Francis and Jacob Watson through the biophysics techniques. So you can also see here, this is the ester bond which is made between the sugar molecule and the oxygen of the phosphate group. So this is the phosphodiester linkages which actually makes up the backbone of DNA. And these are the nitrogen bases, the cyclic ring structured molecules. This is thymine and this is cytosine. That is, purines are paired with pyrimidines and purines are paired with pyrimidines. That is, adenine is paired with thymine and cytosine is paired with guanine. So these three components are very much important to form the structure, double helix model of the DNA. I hope you all have understood. Thank you.